Hi there. Today we're embarking on a captivating journey as we step back in time to explore the legendary TV series Mama's Family. I'm sure many of you have fond memories of this classic show. Mama's Family is a timeless gem that has left an indelible mark on television history. Join us as we relive the magic, revisiting the series with the entire cast, then and now. We'll uncover the original identities and ages of the talented actors from the show and witness how they've transformed in 2024. So, without further ado, let's dive into the world of Mama's Family. Number 1. Vicki Lawrence as Thelma. Mama Crowley Harper. Did you know that Mama wasn't always the grumpy bickerer we remember her as? She was quite senile, dependent, and behaved more elderly on The Family. The NBC version saw the most easygoing version of Mama, as she was cool, calm, and collected, and known for her wisecracking remarks. By the time the syndicated version came out, Mama became loud, crude, with a smart mouth. Vicki Lawrence, reprising her role as Thelma, Mama Harper from The Carol Burnett Show, served as the titular character in Mama's Family. Lawrence's breakthrough came as part of The Carol Burnett Show cast, and Mama's Family extended the popularity of the earlier program. During her time in The Carol Burnett Show, Lawrence fulfilled another childhood dream by scoring a top 40 pop hit with the story song The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia in 1973. When the series ended in 1978, Lawrence continued performing her popular Mama character on the sitcom Mama's Family. Mama's Family ran for 6 successful seasons, earning a Primetime Emmy. In the process, post the show's conclusion in 1990, Lawrence maintained a steady presence in both films and TV shows over the subsequent decades. She took on the role of hosting the game show Win, Lose, or Draw from 1987 to 1989, and even helmed her own brief daytime talk show titled Vicky in the early 90s. In the late 2010s, Lawrence returned to television, acting with a recurring role on the Tina Fey-produced NBC sitcom Great News, though the series was canceled after 2 seasons. Subsequently, in the fall of 2018, Lawrence joined the cast of the Fox sitcom The Cool Kids, created by Charlie Day, and also featuring David Alan Grier. The show premiered on the network in September 2018. Thelma Mama Crowley Harper played by Vicki Lawrence when she was 34 years old, and now she is 54 years old. Number 2. Beverly Archer as Iola Lucille Boylan. A graduate in home economics, Iola is whiz at homemaking and is also known for her absolutely ridiculous handicrafts, which coat hanger bird cages, toilet paper cozies, and anything made with felt. Iola often rails about her homebound, morbidly obese mother and her even more eccentric father, who are both referred to but never seen on screen. In spite of it all, she truly does love her family, and by extension, the Harper family as well. She many times said fact, which alluded to the fact she was a daddy's girl, and once even said she didn't need a man to buy her things or take her places as her father did this. After her time on Mama's Family, Beverly Archer made guest appearances on various shows, including a 1994 episode of Full House as a tough SAT test proctor and Married with Children as a chaste librarian with a major crush on Bud. Essentially, she found a performing niche as reserved, no-nonsense women with zero romantic appeal. Her final credit is a voice role in the Rugrats animated series before she retired from acting in 2002. Since then, Beverly Archer has embraced a career as a visual artist specializing in clay work. In 2008, she had an exhibition in Gem Gallery's Spring Collection entitled Byproducts, which features a collection of ceramic cows. As the program explains, each cow bears a name alluding to a brand or product in which cow byproducts are used. Este, Manolo, heparin, gummy bear, dynamite, to name but a few. Her piece asks us to consider our responsibility in the exploitation of animals' bodies for our daily lives. Iola Lucille Boylan played by Beverly Archer when she was 38 years old, and now she is 75 years old. Number 3. Ken Berry as Vinton Harper. Vinton was the youngest among 3 children born to Thelma Harper and her late husband, Carl. In the Harper family dynamic, Vinton found himself at the mercy of his 2 older sisters, the snobbish Ellen Jackson and the temperamental, foul-mouthed Eunice Higgins. His occupation was as a locksmith at a store named Quick Keys. Vinton was characterized by his clumsiness and a perceived lack of intelligence, but despite these traits, he was seen as a lovable member of the family. American actor and dancer Ken Berry used his wholesome looks to carve out a lasting place in pop culture with his roles in the sitcoms F Troop and Mama's Family. A native of Moline, Illinois, he began taking tap dance lessons as a teenager and toured with a big band show. Later, he served in the Army alongside actor Leonard Nimoy, who helped him make contacts within the entertainment industry. After winning a military talent competition, he was invited to appear on Ed Sullivan's The Toast of the Town. Initially, he concentrated on stage performing, appearing on Broadway and as the opening act for Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. His background as a song and dance man made his a sought-after guest on variety shows, most especially The Carol Burnett Show. The actor also hosted his own short-lived variety show, The Ken Berry Wow Show. On film, he appeared in the Disney films Herbie Rides Again and The Cat from Outer Space. His time on Burnett's show proved fruitful later when he was cast as Vinton Harper on Mama's Family. Based on a long-running sketch from The Carol Burnett Show, the sitcom had Berry playing the son of Vicki Lawrence's acerbic mama character. After the sitcom ended, the actor largely scaled back. He made a guest appearance on The Golden Girls, and his last on-screen acting role was in the short-lived sitcom Maggie Winters. Vinton Harper played by Ken Berry when he was 50 years old. Sadly, Berry died of heart complications in Burbank, California on December 1, 2018, at the age of 85. Number 4. Dorothy Lyman as Naomi Oats. Harper Thelma initially views Naomi as a floozy, but Vinton, Thelma's son, adores her and affectionately calls her Skeeter. Naomi starts as Thelma's neighbor, often complaining about the sap from Thelma's tree dripping on her car. Despite this, over time, Naomi becomes part of the family. As an amorous and touchy-feely woman, she openly expressing her love and affection towards Vinton by frequently rubbing and feeling all over him. Proud of her cooking skills, Naomi even worked as a caterer for a short period. However, she once left her salad, which contained mayonnaise, in the car for a day while catering the mythical Cobra dinner. Dorothy Lyman took a notable step behind the camera after her time on Mama's Family, directing 74 episodes of Fran Drescher's hit sitcom, The Nanny. Drawing on her profound understanding of sitcom dynamics, she crafted entire seasons of the show. The empowerment of having a female perspective behind the lens for a woman-centered show was evident, allowing her to accentuate Drescher's distinctly feminine and obnoxious style of humor. Simultaneously, Lyman didn't cease her on-screen performances, shifting more towards maternal roles in later decades. She secured a recurring part in Bob Newhart's Bob as Patty Fleischer, the mother of the lead character's friend. Additionally, she portrayed Captain Kara Starbuck Thrace's mother in Battlestar Galactica and the mother of the titular character in Reba. Beyond her television projects, Lyman made appearances in minor roles in well-known movies like Blow, World Trade Center, and The Departed. Now in her 70s, she continues to grace recent TV shows such as Elementary, Divorce, The Blacklist, and The Girl from Plainville. Naomi Oats. Harper played by Dorothy Lyman when she was 36 years old, and now she is 76 years old. Number 5. Alan Kaiser as Bubba Higgins. Although often driving his family crazy, Bubba Higgins is truly loved by them. He successfully completed his probation, started attending junior college, and broke away from his previous connections with Dwayne and T-Boy. Bubba played a crucial role in saving his grandmother's home when he discovered its historical significance as a former brothel where the founder of Raytown had died. This revelation turned the house into a Raytown historical landmark. Bubba differed significantly from his cousin Vinton Buzz Harper Jr. While Buzz was patient and easy to get along with, Bubba resembled his mother more. Though not as selfish as her, Bubba was temperamental, stubborn, and very girl-crazy, a trait that his grandmother couldn't quite comprehend. Alan Kaiser received a Young Artist Award for Best Young Actor guest starring in a drama or comedy series for his portrayal of Mama's juvenile delinquent grandson in Mama's Family. Since the conclusion of the show, Kaiser has taken on smaller projects, including roles in All Roads Lead to Home and the Disney Channel original movie, Double Teamed. In an open interview within Kansas City, Kaiser shared his decision to step away from Los Angeles in pursuit of a more fulfilling personal life with his wife and children. Currently, he enjoys a quiet country existence near Raytown, Missouri. Coincidentally, the same town where his character on Mama's Family resided. Despite his success in the entertainment industry with Mama's Family, Kaiser has openly admitted his preference for various experiences in common jobs. These include working on an assembly line, managing vending machines, retailing Harley-Davidson products, earning commission through sales, and, most recently, serving as a mail carrier. Bob Cleary played by Brett Cullen when he was 27 years old, and now he is 66 years old. Number 6. Eric Brown as Vinton Buzz Harper Jr. The thing about Buzz was that he was extremely obedient, very patient, and was always willing to do the right thing, no matter what. In short, he was quite respectful to everyone. Although he could be headstrong like most of his family, he was never outright mean. This didn't please Sonia, who, like her aunts before her, felt that he was overshadowing her. On the other hand, Buzz was himself, and it earned him favor from his great-aunt and his grandmother. On December 17, 1964, Eric Brown was born in New York City, New York. He is best known for Mama's Family, Waxwork, 1988, and Troublebound, 1993. In Mama's Family, Eric would play the character Vinton Harper Jr., a spirited and cheerful son. There was a 10-year gap between Brown's last and second-to-last roles of about a decade. He would make Stepfather 2 in 1989 and not make another film until Outside Providence in 1999. He seems to have quit acting since then. Vinton Buzz Harper Jr. played by Eric Brown when she was 19 years old, and now she is 59 years old. Number 7. Karin Argu as Sonia Harper. Sonia Harper, the teenage daughter of Vinton Harper and his first wife Mitzi, is portrayed as a typical bored teenager. She often feels overlooked, especially by her younger and more readily obedient brother, Vinton Buzz Harper Jr. Sonia harbors some resentment towards Buzz, as he always seems to do the right thing, while she tends to mess up. Despite being older, she has an earlier curfew than Buzz. Sonia often displays boredom and a slacker attitude, but clearly loves her family. Her behavior, including driving her grandmother Thelma Harper crazy, mirrors that of her aunts, Ellen Jackson and Eunice Higgins, when they were her age. Karin Argu is an American actress best recognized for portraying Sonia Harper in the American sitcom Mama's Family during its initial 2 seasons. Argu marked her debut in Hollywood, acting with the ABC after-school special program titled Tough Girl in 1981. She was part of Mama's Family during its original run on NBC from 1983 to 1984. However, her character was written out of the series when it was revived for first-run syndication in 1986. In the year 2000, Argu appeared in the film The Stonecutter. Sonia Harper played by Karin Argu when she was 23 years old, and now he is 63 years old. Number 8. Harvey Corman as Alastair Quince. A gifted comic performer with a dignified voice and appearance that belied his skill for outrageous characters, Harvey Corman was an award-winning actor, writer, and director whose often underappreciated career spanned more than 40 years. After a decade of struggling off-Broadway and in summer stock theater, Corman made small gains on film and television with appearances in Living Venus, 1961, and on the comedy variety program The Danny Kaye Show. Generations of cartoon fans would also remember his distinctive voice as the unctuous alien, the Great Gazoo on The Flintstones. It was, however, as a cast member on the beloved sketch comedy series The Carol Burnett Show that Corman truly rose to prominence. The perfect foil for the chameleon-like Burnett, and later, paired to perfection with comic actor Tim Conway, Corman's performances lent an understated, manic brilliance to the very best skits the long-running show had to offer. He portrayed several memorable characters on film as well, perhaps the most frequently quoted being that of the dastardly Hedley Lamar in Mel Brooks's classic Western parody Blazing Saddles, 1974. As one of Brooks's favorite actors, he was invited back for choice roles in High Anxiety, 1977, History of the World, Part 1, 1981, and Dracula, Dead and Loving It, 1995. Whether playing the put-up-on-straight man or a hilariously over-the-top villain, Corman and his impeccable comic timing could always be counted on to deliver the laughs. Corman was married to Donna Ehlert from 1960 to 1977, and they had 2 children, Maria and Christopher Corman. He married Deborah Corman, née Fritz, in 1982, and was married to her until he died in 2008. They had 2 daughters together, Kate and Laura Corman. Alastair Quince by Harvey Corman when he was 61 years old. Sadly, Corman died at age 81 on May 29, 2008, at UCLA Medical Center as the result of complications from a ruptured abdominal aortic aneurysm he had suffered 4 months earlier. Number 9. Rue McClanahan as Aunt Fran Crowley. Fran Crowley is the uptight younger sister of Thelma Harper. Initially, Fran is the only one living with Thelma until the arrival of her nephew, Vinton Harper, and his children, Vinton Buzz Harper Jr. and Sonia Harper. Fran appears to be constantly on edge, often giving the impression that she is one step away from a nervous breakdown. She frequently stands up to her opinionated sister, Thelma. However, there are instances when Fran loosens up, letting her hair down and having some fun. One such occasion is highlighted when she indulges in some wine during the wedding preparations for Vinton and Naomi Harper. Able to alternate between comedy and melodrama, portraying everything from vixens to suffering mothers, Rue McClanahan became a fixture on television from the moment she landed the role of Vivian Harmon, best friend to B. Arthur's titular character, Maud, in 1972. Flirtatious and a bit ditzy as Vivian, McClanahan upped the flirt quotient considerably more than a decade later when she created the role for which she was most recognized, Blanche Devereaux, the self-proclaimed middle-aged sex goddess on The Golden Girls, NBC 1985-1992. With her southern charm, Blanche enchanted viewers with her comic timing, but also proved that love and desire knew no age. She was best known for her roles on television sitcoms, including Vivian Harmon on Maude, 1972-78, Aunt Fran Crowley on Mama's Family, 1983-84, and Blanche Devereaux on The Golden Girls, 1985-92, and its spin-off series The Golden Palace, 1992-93. McClanahan won an Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series in 1987 for her role in The Golden Girls. Aunt Fran Crowley played by Rue McClanahan when she was 49 years old. Unfortunately, McClanahan died on June 3, 2010, at age 76, at New York Presbyterian Hospital after she suffered a brain hemorrhage. Number 10. Betty White as Ellen Harper. Jackson. Ellen Jackson is portrayed as having snobbish tendencies, even from her childhood. She tends to distance herself from her family unless there is some personal benefit for her. Ellen was married to Bruce Jackson, a character often spoken of but never seen, and they later divorced. Her competence in various aspects of life irritates her younger sister, Eunice Higgins, who harbors resentment towards her. Comic actress Betty White had a strong television presence for over 50 years, both as a sitcom player and as an irreverent wit on scores of panel game shows. She was front and center at the birth of live television in the 1940s, serving as one of the medium's earliest female producers. In addition to making her mark as a comedienne on sitcoms and popular game shows that depended on a fast quip. White's regular appearances on the panels of Liars Club and Password nearly eclipsed her acting work until a supporting role on the acclaimed sitcom The Mary Tyler Moore Show re-established her primetime presence, earning her an Emmy for her angelic-faced but bawdy, happy homemaker, Sue Ann Nivens. She went on to enjoy further sitcom successes with NBC's surprise gal pal hit, The Golden Girls, where she offered up daffy naivete as Rose Nyland. As White's status evolved into that of a revered pop culture icon, her razor wit was tapped non-stop for everything from That 70s Show and Boston Legal to a Facebook-instigated hosting stint on Saturday Night Live, which made her one of the hippest octogenarians in small-screen history. Like television comedian Lucille Ball and other timeless talents from the early days of television, White remained a relevant comedic force for decades and was destined to live on in rebroadcasts forever. Ellen Harper Jackson was played by Betty White when she was 71 years old. Sadly, on December 25, 2021, White suffered a stroke. On the morning of December 31, she died in her sleep at her home in the Brentwood neighborhood of Los Angeles at the age of 99. We reflect on the incredible journey of the Mama's Family cast from 1983 to 1990, witnessing their growth and transformations. It's evident that the bond forged during those years has left an enduring legacy. From thrilling highway pursuits to heartwarming moments, these actors brought the California Highway Patrol to life. Their stories continue to resonate with fans around the world. As we explore their then and now, we celebrate the enduring impact of the Mama's Family. Thank you for joining us on this nostalgic trip down the California highways with the remarkable The Mama's Family cast of yesteryear.